Might get a little bored, but hey, go buy that movie anyways. Fucking, it's just stupid. And they did it 3 times. I didn't even hear the second one. You're telling me they did it in the second fight too. That's 3 times they told their fan base the fight wasn't really worth us watching.
Yeah. They did.
I know they did. I'm sitting there like, are you I already know Molina's a garbage fighter.
You mean Molina's I couldn't get one drop of sweat out of me to drop weight?
I know 4 pounds.
Oh, that's so great. That's so great. That's so great.
I have no coffee left. I need a coffee call. I need a button for coffee, Lee. Damn it to hell.
Really?
I don't have any left.
I'm almost out of coffee. We only have a little bit more to go, Andrew. And then we can go watch football.
Oh, right? My football's over this week, damn it.
No, it's not. You got to watch the AFC because now you got to deal with.
I got to deal with keep people
what Denver does, and
yeah.
There's a lot of football left for today.
I got you.
You got a wild card now.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of foot. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of football left. I'm not totally sure. Look, I'm going to tell you this. Coaches do not want teams to peak at a certain moment, and I'm hoping that's what Musgrave and Del Rio and them were thinking when they came up with the game plan at the end of the game that they did. They went with the game plan to say, look, if this works, so be it. But I don't think they made a game plan that they actually wanted.
For those of you listening, Andrew has segued into professional football, talking about his Oakland Raiders. Thank you.
That's it. That's all I got, Lee. It's all about
Showtime. Let's go to Showtime and finish this all up. Right. Because if you watched all this boxing yesterday like we did, you should be tired. We were tired. We watched a lot.
Yeah.
Showtime. Honestly, Showtime had the better card.
Yes, they did.
That's the way it looked to me. You had Charlo and then Abner Mares versus Jesus Cellular. Jesus of Cellular. Jesus Huelar. Huelar. That's the way he says his surname. Thank you, Morrow. I wasn't sure to roll my L's and drop the Huelar. Thank you, Morrow. Go back to the WWE. So, our first fight out of the gate was for the WBA title. Number 1 versus the number 1. Both undefeated. J-Rock Williams takes on Charlo. That's what it should look like for the IBF title.
That's right.
That's what it should look like.
Hey, were they not trading punches, Lee?
Hanging and banging till what? They could have that fight again.
West Philly and Texas brought it last night, baby.
That's, you know what, J-Rock, no disrespect to the J-Rock. J-Rock went in and those dudes were hitting for punishment.
That's right. We weren't playing for points last night in that matchup.
No. Because if they were, somebody might have thrown a jab. Either guy threw a jab. They were just, you know what it reminds me of? You don't watch pro wrestling, but I do. They were just doing big spots, right? Like they were doing the moonsault off the top rope every time. Like they were big punch combination, big punch combination, big punch combination. And I've got to listen tomorrow. Big punch combination. That's all they were doing. It was like
Terry Norris. Charlo looked a little bit of Terry Norris last night.
It was like that stupid kids game of you hit me, then I'll hit you. And, we found out that Charlo will win that battle.
Hey, but apparently, they were exchanging, though. There was still...
Charlo got rattled. They both got rattled. Yeah. And when the knockout finally came on that... What looked like it was like a short right, wasn't it?
It was a right uppercut, I would say, maybe.
Okay, but it was short.
Yes. He blocks a punch and comes right back 6 inches. 6-inch punch, man. Yep.
And caught him straight up, and he was fucked up. That dude wasn't getting up. Like
he got hard for getting up.
He went down. I wasn't sure that he was going to continue the fight.
That's right.
And all I kept thinking was, this will be great if it goes 12 rounds. This is just, I was happy as could be. And then I had to wait an hour. For those of you who didn't guess, Charlo retains his title. He is still undefeated. He is still the number 1 guy.
Number 3. He's number 3 right now in the division, Lee. You got Lara and Canelo sitting above him right now.
Here's the thing. I know it's not going to happen because we're talking about a PBC fighter, but here's a guy who you got to consider for the top 10 pound for pound. You've got to consider it.
off skills, off what he's showing on his skills, yes, but off opposition, no. I'm sorry, he's still light years away. Lee, he needs a big fight. We need to stop.
He's not getting top rank. Or,
well, I'm going to tell you, or why not Cotto?
Why not
Miguel Cotto?
Maybe HBO.
I'll tell you why. Because the manager that he signed with can't do business with Jay-Z either. Supposedly him and so yeah. Why are you with the guy that's limiting your superstar?
That's why he's with the PBC.
Your
he's
star power. Paid. It's pathetic. This guy, Lee, hear me out.
It's not pathetic, and I'm going to tell you why. Yes. At least you fought the number one guy who was undefeated for your weight.
Charlo has everything to make him a superstar for these networks. But a superstar.
Again, Andrew, we've had this discussion, and it's kind of mind-numbing that we have this discussion often, but I'll say it. If I'm the number one guy, let's say that I'm a fighter and I picked the WBC belt as my road, right? I win all the titles. They put me in line. I work my way up. I knock guys out. I am the champion of one belt, right? And I keep taking out your top 10 repeatedly. Why wouldn't I be happy with that if I'm getting paid what he's getting paid by the PBC?
No, I know that story. I agree with that. I agree with that. Why they're doing it, but don't
you as a man.
So then, us as media members and us as fans need to blackball him until he does bring something a little bit harder. Look, I know he's special. I see it in him, but you have a manager that flat out cannot do business with the best fighters in the world. So why am I paying attention? J-Rock is a nobody when you think about the elite of the 154 division. I don't give a damn that he was undefeated, Lee. He had done nothing in the 154-pound division for us to go, this guy's legit.
Right, but listen, it was the right fight for the IBF.
Of course it was. When you're doing a match on Showtime, yes, that is the perfect matchup you want to see. Number one contender, undefeated kid. Great. But this doesn't make him pound for pound. This doesn't make him better than Erislandy Lara or Saul Alvarez. And that's what you're trying. Your ultimate goal is you're trying to be number one in the division. And I'm going to tell you something else. When your trainer comes out on fight week and simply tells the media, well, we can't fight Saul Alvarez because they're in litigation right now with Oscar De La Hoya, and we can't fight Lara because I train Lara and I also train.
Yeah, but you're talking about a guy. Lee. But you're talking about a guy who's holding two belts.
And then you go, all right, well, what about Cotto? Oh, well, Jay-Z and him don't get along. So who the hell?
All right, what if he fought down? What if he fought Andrade?
Yeah, no one cares about that. That's another fight, Lee. We don't walk away from that and going, shit, man, Triple G better watch out. He just knocked out Boo Boo.
Look, you can only do what your promoter will let you do.
That's why we got to blackball him.
Dude's getting legit.
No. You blackball until they step away from the manager.
Nobody blackballs because they're all a payday, right? That's the bottom line.
It's getting to that point.
No, it's not. Sadly,
our numbers. People are obviously tuning into something else. The numbers don't lie. This isn't me up here fucking making up stories. When my 2 pound-for-pound champs can't get 1 million views, they're not tuning in. Hello? That ain't me making it up. They gave me the numbers. I didn't pull that out my ass. When our Super Bowl does 160K on the pay-per-view, and you're telling me they're not tuning in? That was our Super Bowl. Every fucking diehard in America knew that fight was the best fight of the year, and that's what tuned in? Don't tell me that they're not going other places.
What's that leave for Charlo? He goes up and fights Golovkin to get respect?
He goes up and fights Triple G. And dude, they should be working that fight right now. And I'm very upset the fucking Triple G has never reached out to Lara. You look like a coward. I've called you out before on that
Nobody one. Look, Erislandy Lara is another guy who's got a belt and doesn't want to fight anybody.
Hey, listen, Lee, he's not that hard of a fighter. He's not undefeated. He has lost this.
I get that.
Let's stop acting like Lara's Guillermo Rigondeaux.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. But Lara has demonstrated he doesn't want to fight anyone.
No. I think Lara is the one being blackballed. I think Lara would sign on any contract given to him right now. But you have Canelo that don't want to rematch him. Look at before we said Canelo before Floyd Mayweather. Oscar thought he had the next second coming of Julio Cesar Chavez. Let's not get it wrong. They were putting him in the ring with the over the age Sugar Shane Mosley. But what the hell? The kid was like what 19 when he fought Mosley.
Honestly, I don't ever see Lara putting his name to a contract to get into the ring with Charlo. It's just not going to happen.
Well, it's not because they're in the same stable. They're in the same management.
Right.
Stupid.
So they need to keep as many belts as they've got, right? And Canelo's never going to sign to fight Charlo because
they're
of the whole.
Him. Doesn't it look so bad?
That's a whole fiasco.
Lee, can I throw a curveball at you?
Doesn't
ahead. Richard Schaefer look like a fucking snake sitting in the seats? Like this guy is smiling on fighters that he tried to steal from a man he called his friend. No one sees anything wrong with that picture.
Honestly, it's boxing.
I'm telling you right now.
I don't want to sound like a dick about this.
No.
But boxing is
this is why I don't see them ever sitting together. I really don't. Richard Schaefer's too much of a snake.
What did yesterday really prove out to you? I mean, we had literally, if you watched it consecutively, we had 4 hours of nothing but what would be deemed prime time. We want you to pay for these fights, right? 4 solid hours, right? You know what it told me? Boxing is really shady shit. I had guys who showed up that shouldn't be in the ring, and you wanted money for that.
Guys who cheated, on the scale.
Guys who cheated and didn't even try to make weight.
That's right.
I got probably the shadiest promoter sitting there and eyeballing the camera. I got HBO trying to convince me the guys in the ring should have a chance and shouldn't get day jobs, right?
Yeah, I hear you. I see where you're going.
And in my humble opinion, the only standout of the night where I went, fuck, was Charlo. Charlo
maybe
straight
because
up.
He brought it back to the old school. Both of them guys did, man. They fucking fought.
Honestly, if I was Charlo.
Hey, give Beltran versus what's his last name?
And I'm going to tell you.
Melvin, what was that white guy's name? Damn.
Bernard.
There you go. That was a good fight, Lee. That kid put into his heart. He tried to go toe to toe with that Mexican.
Yeah, but he's going to get a job at the local garage.
That was one tough Mexican to get your first taste of. Come on.
Okay.
They could have went with the harder fighter there, man. Everyone ate. I'll tell you something about that too. And everyone needs to look out for the news in the next coming weeks. But have you ever seen a fighter get off steroids and come back stronger? Anyone didn't find that a surprise? I know HBO is leaning towards it.
So you watched the Showtime broadcast, right?
Yes.
Did you see the 2 fat white chicks that were in camera view that weren't even paying attention to the fight?
No, but
were you glued on them like I was?
This is why I love when you watch. No, Lee, but I sure you've seen them.
Oh my God, there were 3 of them, then there were 2 of them, and they were laughing and they were texting. Like, they weren't hot, so I don't know how they had those seats. I assumed that they probably did something not media related, but they were probably marketing related to the PBC, or they were blowing somebody. I don't know which, but they were literally ring camera center.
Well, I'm hoping they're no one's family.
You know what? Why the fuck were one yawn during the fight? I can't. I'm trying not to be distracted, and you 2 dipsticks. Did they just sneak in from the USC campus? Did some of the fighters want some white booty after the fight? I don't know. But here's a little tip, Showtime, if you're putting on a fight, don't put people in camera view that aren't going to pay attention to your fights. Not a really good look, my humble opinion. Which takes us to the main event of the evening. In my opinion, Morris won the fight before the fight even started, Andrew, and I'm going to tell you why.
Why is that?
He had better branding. He's got a logo.
You love that about Morris, yeah.
Oh, he's got that logo. He's got the handkerchief thing.
But look, he was a star.
He fought a man, for everybody wondering, he fought a man named Jesus, don't call me Jesus, Cellular, call me Cuellar. Don't want to get it wrong, Morrow. Thank you for telling us his surname. And that's how he pronounces it. Thanks, bro. I knew it. Cuellar. Good fight.
Yes, it was.
Really, you know what? And I could even make an argument for the one judge that was watching a different fight. I could make an argument for that judge. Because there was one judge who was clearly watching that.
That was Skip Bayless's twin, I think they said, Lee.
Morris wins by unanimous, by split decision. Two judges see it the same way, 115, 113, right? That was the final on it. I'm doing it off the top of my head.